Hey, Brad again from Impact Poly Hammers. This is episode 2 of Dueling Deadblows. This time we are going to be comparing another readily available hammer on the market to our Impact hammer as well. This one we're going to be referring to as Benny for this episode. For weight, Benny here is labeled as a 2-pound hammer. We put it on the scale and it's actually a little more than that. It comes in at about 34 ounces, what we rounded it out to. Price point, the Benny hammer here is about $44 Canadian, and our Impact hammer comes in just under $100 Canadian. You can see the insert through the polyurethane layer. It's quite visible, and there is a hole all the way through the shaft. That's just polyurethane that you can see that had a pin or something through there at some point. Most likely a weak spot. If you miss the head and end up hitting the handle, it's probably the most likely area to break. As for the Impact hammer, full steel construction, welded gussets, full steel handle, steel shot in the head, guaranteed not to leak steel shot out. As for the feel, the Benny hammer is very slippery in comparison, very smooth. It does have some grippy cutouts in here, but they're indented and not extruded, so it likes to slip in your hand. As for swinging feel, it's slightly longer than the Impact hammer, which creates kind of an unbalanced feel when you are swinging it. If you swing it from the end, it likes to rotate out of your hand because the head is further away from the end of the handle. If you choke up to about where the impact is on the hammer, it doesn't do that, and it's a much better feel. This hammer's got about a mid-80s hardness, 85, 86, and it dead blows very well. And then the Impact hammer has protruded bumps along the handle, fits nice in your hand. They both do actually. They're both rectangular with rounded corners. They fit nice. This one, a lot more balanced feel to swinging it. It actually stops and doesn't want to keep going. It also has very good dead blow. The hardness of this hammer comes in at 95, 96 Shore 8. Our last test, just like we did in our previous video, is we're going to destruction test the hammers. We are going to be using the same Impact hammer we used in the last video, so it still has some marring on the front face from the 250 hits we did in the last one. We're going to start with the Impact hammer, do 250 hits, and then we're going to move into this Benny hammer here. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video if you want to see what's inside a dead blow hammer. Stretch first. Alright, as the same as last time, you can't really tell the difference. There's still slight crack, slight marring, but no real damage, no deep lacerations. Held up really well, and our shaft has no visible marking at all. Looks just as good as it did when we started. Next up, Benny. Already starting to dent the shaft. $50. Woo. Hurts way more when it doesn't absorb anything. Off the chunk. I got hit with something. Oh, it came out of here. Plug came out of there. That plug just came out. Yeah. After 250 hits, head is completely destroyed. The cap is off the head, and we got shot coming out. Complete failure. And we're gonna keep going to see if we can completely break it, get the entire end cap to come off. Woo! Here's a close-up of our shaft after the Benny hammer. Highly damaged from metal-on-metal contact. After 274 hits, we had complete failure. We have shot everywhere. Wide open.
We cut this hammer down as well. Note that the poly is easily pulled away from the steel frame, showing that the poly isn't bonded at all. The welding holding the head to the handle is just a small tack weld on two sides of the handle. With enough force, this could possibly separate. The end caps are also pressed on, and as seen during the test, the deformation from hitting caused the end cap to separate and allow shot from the head everywhere. Here is a cut down impact poly hammer, 20 ounce. Note that the polyurethane is fully bonded to the steel insert and cannot be easily separated. Where the handle meets the head is fully welded, and can even see the gusset welds along the top portion of the handle. The end caps are also fully welded on, ensuring that they will continue to hold shot in the head even after extensive use.
That's it for this week's episode of Dueling Deadblows. Make sure to like and subscribe, and join us next week when we compare our hammer for another 250 hits against another competitor.